Good afternoon, everybody. My name is James Samuel. I want to take a moment just to kind of talk to you. I sat in the same seat that y'all did, and so I wanted to hopefully be a word of encouragement to you as y'all are making this decision on whether or not to sign up for college. So first off, I want to thank Dr. Bledsoe, Dr. Candace Bledsoe. She helped me get to where I'm at, and I am a graduate and an alum of SMU because of everything that she did for me. So I want to thank you for that. And when you asked me to kind of pay that forward as far as talking to other people that may be in my shoes, absolutely, I'll do that. So a little bit about me. I am 38 or 37 years old. I was 36 when I graduated from SMU. And yes, I know I took the longer route to graduate, but hey, better late than never, right? Well, actually, no, don't use that philosophy, especially when you start taking these classes. Late will sometimes not get you to where you need to go. So anyway, I graduated at the age of 36. I initially went to college when I was younger, but much like you, I'm sure, I felt like I had the world figured out, right? You couldn't tell me anything, wasn't looking to anybody for guidance, didn't have any mentors. I pretty much said, I've got my life now that I'm out of high school. I wasn't on I didn't really take the initiative like I should have to learn. I was just kind of on that get me out program, right? So I graduated high school back in, 2001 now. Started my first company doing nightclub promotions. It was great to be social, networking, and I had a great time. But that industry soon collapsed, right? The nightclubs that I was promoting no longer needed me. So I made the decision to move out to Dallas. I got my real estate license and I started working for this real estate company. Things were going good. I have nothing bad to say about that. But I always felt like I just wanted something more, right? So I went ahead and made the decision to go back to school. I finished my associate's degree online. Whoop, whoop. And once I completed that degree, my friends and family were like, hey, James, why stop there? I honestly had no desire to go to a four-year college. And SMU was so far on my radar. I heard it was hard. I heard it was extremely difficult. So I was like, I think this is where I'm going to stop, right? I'm glad I didn't stop there, right? Dr. Bledsoe and I spoke. Her and her husband worked for or were associated with this company that I used to be associated with. And I talked to her and she said, look, just apply, see what happens. Nothing beats a failure but a try. And I said, you know what, that makes sense. So I went ahead and applied, and I will never forget the day I got that acceptance letter. James Samuel, you've been accepted into SMU. I was excited, I was nervous, but you know what, I was fully capable to accomplish the path that was in front of me, right? So I'm going to be honest with you. That was a difficult path to be on, right? I double majored. I didn't know where I was going to get the money. I spent, many a night sleeping and learning and, being older. I pretty much had a life that I needed to sustain, right? I'd rent. I don't have kids, but, I was pretty much on my own. For the longest. So for me to go back to school, that just wasn't on my radar. And being in school, still wasn't on my radar. Like I wanted to quit, right? Don't quit. Let me just start out by saying that right now. Don't quit. The only person you're quitting on is yourself, right? And you're quitting on yourself from reaching your fullest potential. So as many times as I wanted to quit, I'd reach out to my professors, I'd talk to Dr. Bledsoe, and they always encouraged me, you've got this, you've made it this far, keep going, James, keep going. And that's exactly what I did, right? So Fast forward to 2018, I graduated with a double major, political science and advertising. And I'm gonna give you this quote, and it kind of sums up everything in my life today and where it's going tomorrow. Zig Ziglar said it best: "Get to as far as you can see, and when you get there, you'll be able to see farther." Guys, when I first got into SMU, I couldn't see the finish line. It was too far ahead of me. All I could do was see the next step in front of me. Well, I took that next step, and I took that next step, and I kept walking, and I kept walking, and finally, I graduated. Today, I have applied for my MBA at the Cox School of Business to do the strategic entrepreneurship. So I got to where I could see, and now that I'm there, I can now see farther. So I encourage each and every one of you, if you're on the fence, if you're not sure, if you don't want to do this, don't listen to yourselves. Don't listen to yourselves. Listen to somebody who's actually traveled that path before you. Listen to the individual who had the same doubts within themselves, the same doubts, from their friends and their family. When they said to me, James, just go get a job. Don't listen to them. Listen to yourself and your belief in yourself. And if your belief isn't there, get around people who actually have that belief. I promise you, when you walk on campus, everybody is there to support you, to guide you, to mentor you. Dr. Candace and her colleagues have all the resources to help you get to that finish line, right? You may not be able to see it from where you're standing, but I promise you, if you stand on their shoulders, you'll get a glimpse of where you're trying to go. And when you get back on the ground, keep going towards it. I promise you, once you cross that finish line, your life's ahead of you. Nobody had that conversation with me when I was younger. I'm hoping that me having this conversation with you now, you can finally not use that as an excuse anymore. So, guys, thank you for your time. I really encourage you to take that next step. Apply. Again, Dr. Candace Bledsoe and her colleagues are there to help you out. They were there to help me out. And hey, I tell you what, when you see me on campus, come up to me and tell me that you saw this video. We're friends now. I can't wait till y'all have, where's this at? SMU. I can't wait till you're wearing your own SMU shirts and you're making videos for other people that sat in the seat that y'all are in right now. But like I said, come up to me, say hi. We're already friends. I love you to death. If I can be any encouragement to you, I'm getting a little emotional. If I can be any words of encouragement to you, please reach out. You've got this. I know you do. See ya.